So like, if you guys are asking, right? Like, what is the 150k issue? It's basically this right here. So the 150k issue is basically a content creator, Dylan Pros, I believe it is, getting seen on stream receiving 150k Nyans, right? And you can see Ragnarok Origin Creator Program. Thank you for your contribution. Your content has become an integral part of the Ragnarok Origin experience, and we are happy to have you as a content creator. Now, there's two things to this story. Basically, Dylan Pros is a very huge content creator in Indonesia, I believe. His main account has like 16 million subscribers. The one that he streams on, which is a different account from that, I believe is like in the 5 digits as well in terms of subscribers. So when people saw this, they were like, okay, wow, like being a content creator for this game gets you 150k. There are certain content creators like Immortal, MVGG, and other content creators that did not get this one, so that we know of. Anyway, I think people's issue is like 150k is a lot, right? It's like a lot of people work and spend money on the game, and then when they know that somebody gets like 150k, obviously that's a little bit depressing for some people, right? So what the justification for this 150k is, I'm not sure if this is the case, but like this could be one of it, is since he has a huge viewer base, he could possibly have struck a deal with Gravity. And you know, I mean, you guys have seen it, right? Sometimes I get sponsored with games, and they pay me an X amount of money. Obviously, nowhere near the same value as like 150k Nyans, but that's because I'm a smaller content creator. So depending on his CPM, depending on his rates, it would make sense for him to get paid to the value of like that's equivalent to like 150k Nyans. So that could be like where this is from, and it would make complete sense in a point of view where it's like speaking on his side and Gravity's side. Speaking on the player base side though, is and somebody pointed this out too, is that you can kind of notice here like Ragnarok Origin C, Ragnarok Origin, same thing. So people were assuming that like, what if this one down here is the same thing as this one over here? That means like it's about like 300k Nyans, right? The reason why people are skeptical, I think, is because if it was a deal, then why wasn't the 150k just given to him directly? Right? The same way that you would get Nyans when you top up on with an agent or something, right? That would make more sense. Why was it prefaced as Ragnarok Origin Creator Program? If it's not a program, it's a brand deal. You know what I mean? So that's where the doubt that is coming from like the people. And when you preface it as Ragnarok Origin Creator Program, thank you for your contribution. Your content has become an integral part of the Ragnarok Origin experience, and we are happy to have you as a content creator. All of a sudden, it takes it from the context of a brand deal versus the context of this is like your monthly reward for being a content creator in our content creator program. Because when you put the terminology of like program into it, then all of a sudden like this is no longer a brand deal. This is now a program. The same way that other games like League of Legends give people like Riot points if they're in the content creator program. The same way that like, you know, even older MMORPGs, mobile MMOs like Lineage 2 Revolution, which I was a part of before, would give me currency into the game. Obviously nowhere near as much as this every month, for being one of the people that would stream the game, right? So that's kind of where it goes into, right? So it makes sense if you put it into a payment for a brand deal type of thing. But where that, again, that's just where it gets skewed, right? Because it's now prefaced in a Ragnarok Origin Creator Program. So what is this program? Who is in this program? Because if it's a program, it obviously it's not just gonna be him, right? If it's in that context, it's not going to be him. So now people are wondering like, okay, who else is in this program, and have they received 150k as well? And people thinking that, clearly seeing it this way, is putting a lot of people down, because like what's 150k Nyan? What is that, like, was that 3 grand? Like a little over 3 grand, 3k plus dollars, something like that. What gets people down is just the fact that, I mean, you know, you go to work, you get paid, You spend that money on the game, and then you see somebody who just gets given like 150k Nyans in the context of content creator program. If it was prefaced in a way where like, this is as per our agreement with the the brand deal or sponsored stream or whatever that you had signed with us, this is the payment, henceforth, right? Like, this is the payment going forward, right? Like, this is your payment, that's it. And I think if people saw that, they would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, so his CPM is that, and he got this amount, yeah, that makes sense. But because it wasn't written like that, and it was prefaced like that, that is where it starts to become an issue. I don't know how you recover from that. I'll be honest with you. Like, if I was Gravity right now, and I was like the marketing like director for Gravity, and then this got dumped onto my plate, like a steaming. This is basically a steaming pile of doo-doo right on my plate, right? I wouldn't know what to do to come back from this. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, give everybody 150k now? You know what I mean? Why is it bothering people when some content creator decides to request Gravity to pay in Yan? Is it because it is online? I'm not sure why it bothers people. I mean, I know why it bothers people. It's not because, like, that's how I don't know what was done, but my assumption before was that he had a brand deal with Gravity, and maybe he enjoyed the game. Instead of getting paid money, he wanted Nyans instead, right? Because I mean, he looks like he enjoys the game. But I'm also defending the people that, or trying to understand the people that are offended, is because like, maybe they thought that because of the way that the mail was like worded, right? Because if it was a payment, then they should have put it in as like, here is your payment as like, as per our agreement regarding your brand deal. We hope to work with you again in the future, yada yada yada, all that. But that's not what they said. They said, this is for the content creator program. That's what they said in the mail. Content creator program. So now the people that saw that on that stream, apparently, I mean, they're wondering now. It's like, okay, there's a program. Like, if there's a program, then who's in it? And so that's why they were asking. It's like, because like the people that saw that are like, okay, there's a content creator program. That's what was shown in the mail. So now people are gonna assume that like, just, oh yeah, so the content creator program people in there are always just getting 150k. So like, so no, the guy, I think his name is Dylan Pros. That guy has, it's not his fault. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it's 100% Gravity's fault and Gravity's responsibility that this is all like taken out of context the way that it was, if that was the case that happened, because they practically set him up, right? Like, the guy genuinely looks pretty shocked. So from the looks of it, it doesn't look like he was expecting Gravity to give it to him like that. So he's not to blame. It's 100% Gravity's fault. Like, if that was a payment for a brand deal, then that's how it should have been worded. But they just had to put content creator program in there. Like, if anything, they should apologize to him.
I could say I never dare to think about you in that way, but I would be lying.